YouTube, Running Baldman here. Just want to take a minute to thank you for checking out my video. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, share, dislike. Um, Tell me what song you want me to react to next. Um, Tell me you think I'm stupid or whatever. My head's too shiny, something like that. Um, but yeah, thanks a lot. All right, we'll get to that video here shortly.
Corba Kai never dies.
What is up, YouTube? Running Bald Man here with another video. I'm going to do the second part of Cobra Kai Season 4 today, so episodes 6 through 10. Um, I don't anticipate me doing any spoilers for it, but just in case, spoiler warning. So pause it, go watch the rest of Season 4 if you haven't already seen it, and then come back. So we pick up Season 4, Episode 6. Been a while. I watched it yesterday. I kind of dozed off. Nothing really stands out timeline wise. I remember you see prom. So they go to prom. Tori gets accepted back into the school. She has to go to therapy. And so Sam's mom, Mrs. LaRusso, Amanda, I think her name is, kind of signs off on it and says, hey, just don't kill my daughter. But Sam is not very happy about that, and she's really a bitch to Tori. She's like, yeah, I'm going to kill you, or something to that effect. Tori's first day back at school. So there's a little bit of drama between them two after that fight, which is understandable. So let's see. I can't remember if it's one of the first 5 episodes or if it's this. Tori has a job. She's basically a mermaid type thing in a Disney type store, kids store, birthday parties, whatever. She's reading their kids a story or telling them a story. Sam was sitting there making fun of her. She walks away, and Tori's like, yeah, evil witch there. You can only kill him with a glitter bomb. So the kids go and throw glitter all over Sam. So that was kind of funny. But yeah, I really want to see somebody pimp slap Sam. I think her character deserves it. She's very much a bitch. Spoiled little rich bitch that, yeah, has everything handed to her. Nobody ever tells them no. So she deserves a good slapping from a pimper, from Tori, or another female character in the show. But they go to prom. Tori goes, and Robbie is her date. Terry Silver says, hey, it's on me. You know, you guys are going to go in style. So he loans Robbie his car, some red little sports car, drop top, nice looking old car. And he pays for Robbie and Tori's outfits. And oh my God, Tori. I mean, I know I said in my last video that I'm in love with her basically, but oh my God, she looks amazing in this. I don't know how old she really is. She's playing a teenager, and we all know that she's probably really not a teenager, but she looks like when she's dressed up for that prom, she could be in her late 20s, early 30s. That's how grown up she looks up with that outfit. Very much a 40s, 50s vibe, so she could pick something up after Cobra Kai is over, during Cobra Kai, and do a movie of a 40s, 50s lady or TV character or something like that. I think she'd be really good in that. She's definitely going places though after the show's over. So I'd look for her to have a good career. So Sam's got there with Miguel. They see Robbie and Tori there. Sam's not really happy about that. And Miguel kind of looks at Tori. They're just kind of staring him down. He's like, damn, and then Sam gets a little jealous. Stingray comes back. If you remember him, he's the older guy, the Fu Manchu and ZZ Top looking thing with rubber bands around his little thing, around his goatee, and kind of looks like Stingray tail, I guess. But he's back. He invites the kids to his place, sister's place, wherever he's staying, for a big party. So they all go. Sam excuses herself from Miguel to go get a beverage, adult beverage. Tori goes out there or something, but there's a pool. Her and Sam start fighting again. Robbie comes and pulls Sam off of Tori. She looks at him. It's like, you think I broke your heart, but you broke mine. And then they have a moment. And then Miguel sees Robbie holding holding Sam on the ground. So he goes and pulls Robbie off of Sam. And him and Tori have a little look that there was something there. Tori and Sam end up in the pool. You know that's going to happen because there's a pool there and there's a fight. Somebody's going to end up in the water. The rest, all the other kids end up in the pool too. So they turn into a pool party. Fast forward to the end of that, Tori and Robbie are in the car watching a Ferris wheel or something. They do what we all do on prom night. So you can use your imagination if you don't understand that. Let's see. Johnny breaks into the Corba Kai dojo at night, and Terry Silver is watching the surveillance camera. He calls and he's like, "Oh yeah, you're really barking up the wrong tree," or something like that. Tells him to come to some address. It ends up being the original Corba Kai dojo from the movies. And Silver beats the ever-living shit out of Johnny LaRusso. Johnny. So, and then John Kreese is there. He kind of sees this, and he has kind of a turning point right there. But Johnny's somehow back in his apartment later that night, bloody, drunk. Robbie sees him, not Robbie, but Miguel, helps him into his bed. And they have a little exchange. Miguel's like, "I love you," like a kid to a parent, "I love you." And drunk Johnny mistakenly calls Miguel Robbie, so there are going to be issues there. Going forward in the season 5, I would say there's going to be some big issues with that. What else was there? Nothing really there that. Stingray shows up to the Corba Kai dojo wanting to rejoin. He's thrown out there by Kreese. Shows back up later in the night, or some night somewhere where Silver is there. Silver beats the ever-living shit out of him. And then you don't see him again till the final episode. We'll get to that later. It's just a little bit of time passes. We get to the all-national or under 18 karate championships. But they've added a new thing to it. So it's kata, just this, whatever their hand motions, breaking boards, heads through cement. So that is now part of it, and how the champion is determined, not just the fights. They also add a female division, so there's boys and girls. Girls can't really fight boys. Um, so they do that. They have their semifinals, I guess, final four, final eight, final eight. Um, there's Johnny and Daniel's kids, students. Then there's Cobra Kai. There's really only two girls that we know of, so Sam and Tori, we know they're going to be in the finals. I don't think that's much of a spoiler right there. It's just common sense. The two named female characters in the show are going to be in the finals. We get to the semifinals, and it's Miguel versus Hawk, and they have a really good fight. Miguel's injury does come into play. I'm not going to say who wins, who, or whatever, but his previous injury does come into play with his back. And then on the other side of Cobra Kai, it's Robbie versus, I think his name was Dimitri, the tall, lanky kid, kind of nerdy-ish, but he really comes into himself. Has developed as a karate person, whatever they're called. I don't know, karate practitioner. But there's really no surprise he loses there. So it's Robbie in the final, and then Miyagi-Do Eagle Fang, the other one in the final. And that, the boys' final, comes down to a 1-1 tie at the end of 3-minute regulations. So a sudden death final match. And part of that makes me think Mortal Kombat. I mean, there's a scene in there where the boys are just in their gi bottoms, and so they've taken their tops off and they're in there fighting. But yeah, that really reminded me of a Mortal Kombat. Like, Robbie could be a Johnny Cage in a future Mortal Kombat movie. He's kind of got that pretty boy look to him anyway. So I think that'd be a good role for him in the future if they decide to do another Mortal Kombat movie somewhere down the line. And you see a little bit of Robbie's softer side. So there's a point, Silver is like, finish him or whatever. And Silver and Kreese. They yell at him for bowing and showing respect to his opponent. But again, no surprise, Robbie wins. So Robbie is the boys' champion. So it comes down to the winner of the girls. So Tori and Sam, to determine who is which dojo is the champion. Cobra Kai or Miyagi Fang, I think they said, and they came up with the name for it finally. Those two dojos. And Tori and Sam have a really good fight. Tori even softens up a little bit, though. I'm not saying that she throws her punches or doesn't pulls her punches or whatever, but it doesn't feel as hard. Like, she scratches Sam's eye and is genuinely sorry. It was a genuine accident. They go to their sides for a little powwow with their senseis, and Silver's like, finish her, basically sweep the leg. She can't see, she can't fight. Kreese shows a softer side and is like, let her fight her fight. So that's an interesting twist on Kreese. So they come back, the girls fight, the fight's over. The terms between Cobra Kai and Miyagi Fang. Now, the winner of the championship gets to stick around. Miyagi Fang wins, Cobra Kai has to shut their dojos. Cobra Kai wins, Miyagi Fang shuts their dojos. So a lot was riding on that, not just from a story with the kids. So we find that out. We find out the winner of that, who has to shut their dojo down. Earlier in this season, we find out that Johnny does not know who his dad is. So the way Kreese is with Johnny, Silver does say that Johnny is Kreese's weakness, and Kreese and Silver go all the way back to their days in Vietnam. So Silver says Kreese is his weakness. He finds a way to eliminate. He doesn't kill him, but he finds a way to eliminate his weakness. And I'd mentioned about Johnny not knowing who his father was. I really think in season 5, if there is a season 6, that Kreese is going to be revealed as Johnny's dad. It just seems the way that story up to this point has developed. I really think Kreese is going to be Johnny's dad, and Kreese knows it, but Johnny doesn't. So there's that. Miguel never knew his dad, so he runs off. He knows where his dad is in Mexico, so he runs off to meet his dad. So that'd be part of season 5. We find out from his mom telling Johnny that Miguel's dad has no knowledge of him. So she gave birth long after she ran away from her ex-husband. So that will be a big factor in season 5, I think. I also think that his dad will be a Vietnam vet that was in league with Kreese and Silver. So he's going to join up with Corba Kai and be another sensei for them, or another player for them at some point. Robbie and Johnny have a moment, and I really think that Robbie, in the long run, is going to turn against Cobra Kai and with the Miyagi Fang, and start his own dojo when this is all said and done. Him and Tori. I would like to see him and Tori together, but I think it'll be him and Sam that team up to form this new dojo, just because Sam seems more willing to accept both teachings, or at least Johnny's way of teaching karate. But Johnny and Robbie have a moment. They hug it out, and so season 5, we'll see them repair their relationship and become more like father-son. Miguel is a toss-up because we don't see him. We just see him getting on a bus going to Mexico. So that'll be interesting to see how that goes. But yeah, season 5 is going to be very interesting. I look forward to seeing what they're going to do with that, where they take the story. I've heard somewhere that they filmed season 5 alongside with season 4. Maybe this summer we'll get season 5. Hopefully we don't have to wait until December again. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Put down in the comments what you guys think will happen, or if you've seen season 4, what you think of it. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for today. YouTube, you have a great day. Until next time.
So you want to be Cobra Kai? How bad do you want it?